With riding more bloated than Rachel Ray's neck, I'm Matt Straq. This is That Sports Show. So this was the week we were going to get right to it. Dispense with the long-winded introductions and talk about baseball. After all, the boys of summer have been in full swing for months now, and we have yet to say word one about Manny's personal medical problem, Hideki Matsui's porn collection, or Tony La Russa's fake Twitter account. We haven't even made a major league reference yet this season. So this was the week we planned to put on a Willie Mays Hayes type hitting display, complete with the push-ups. But just like Rachel Ray's bulbous neck gets in the way of her collars, soccer got in the way of our plan for baseball analysis this week. You see, yesterday the writing staff and I were out taking our traditional TSS lunch of pepperoni pizza combos chased down with 4 appletinis when we were sucked in by this, a game between Spain and the U.S. in something called the FIFA Confederations Cup.
That's a lovely touch to Donovan. It's come through to the far post, and Ramos has it taken to the USA lead 2-0. It's Clint Dempsey who scored the goal to take the USA to the semi-finals and may have scored the goal to take them to the final. This is one of the biggest upsets in international football. Spain 0, the USA 2.
Now this match was surprisingly watchable with the scrappy underdog U.S. team catching a couple lucky breaks, then playing like hell to hang on to a lead against a cocky Spanish squad. The match reminded us that when the World Cup comes around every 4 years, it's a blast to stay up until 3 a.m. watching games broadcast from the other side of the globe. So when we made it back to the office, we skipped our usual back rub circle and instead sat down to hash out one question. Why is it that soccer has never caught on in this country? How come we're willing to forego much-needed beauty sleep during the World Cup, but would rather watch reruns of Murder, She Wrote than an MLS game? We settled on 3 reasons that soccer will never really catch on in the United States. First, the flopping. Now, your average soccer match has more laying down and whining than a Florida retirement community with malfunctioning AC units. Just when you thought the NBA was being wussified by tight officiating, soccer comes in and shows off more erroneous foul calls in a single half than the NBA produces in an entire week. Bad soccer matches get to a point where a stiff breeze can take out a breakaway striker and the stone-faced ref is going to give him a free kick. It's hard to get behind a sport where pleading for calls is a measurable statistic. Next up, the scoring or lack thereof. As evinced by this scoring chart from the 2006 World Cup, even soccer played at the highest level often ends with only 1 or 2 goals per game. Only hockey rivals this low scoring level, and it gets a pass because it's fast-paced and violent. With its low scoring level, soccer is like the NHL if it were played at a quarter speed and governed by the rules of parliamentary procedure. Also, as a quick aside, every European or liberal arts grad who we meet seems to insist that soccer isn't allowed to catch on in the U.S. because the gapless play doesn't allow for commercials. Now, this theory makes absolutely zero sense, as hockey is formatted exactly the same way as soccer, but it's been sorted out for TV. Now, this is a country ruled by the market. If our consumers want something, someone figures out how to give it to us. We wanted 1,500-calorie breakfast sandwiches. Burger King gave us the enormous omelet sandwich. We wanted unfunny, predictable comedy every Wednesday night. CBS gave us the new adventures of old Christine. See? Supply and demand. The last reason that soccer will never catch on in the United States outside of a month of World Cup play every 4 years is the same reason the WNBA has to give away tickets to its games. We're a country that simply refuses to pay attention to anything but the best. Unless you're doing what you're doing at the absolute highest level, we're ignoring you. For better or worse, we Americans are arrogant about our sports. We want to watch the best, and we have plenty of homegrown sport options to do that already. The World Cup is mostly fun because of the national pride involved, and the U.S. audience often bows out after our boys are inevitably knocked out in the group play. Once we know we can't win, we stop paying attention, which was also our Middle East policy during the Bush administration, by the way. That's it for another episode of That Sports Show. As usual, be sure to visit thatsportshow.com to let us know what you think. Until then, I'm Matt Straq. We'll see you next time.